Hey mathematicians, it's Justin again, and welcome back to the workshop. I just figured out what to make Mia as a thank you gift. A tree house. I have the perfect tree in my backyard, and I'm going to build the tree house on this branch. I'm trying to be eco-conscious and use those scraps we sorted last time, so when you see my drawing, don't laugh. What do you think? It's going to be awesome! Right now, I'm figuring out what angles I need to cut in the pieces of wood. For example, look in the bottom left corner of the door. Based on a piece I have already, that inner angle is going to be 75 degrees. But how big does the outer angle need to be? It looks like we'll need some math to determine that. Let's zoom in on that angle at the bottom of the door. What type of angle relationship is this? And how do you know? Write down your answer and reason in your guided notes. If you said these angles are supplementary, you're right. We know they're supplementary because overall they make a straight angle. While we're on the topic, do you remember the other type of angle relationship? Yeah, complementary. Complementary angles make a right angle as their overall shape. Can you find all the complementary and supplementary angle pairs in this treehouse design? Pause and take your time. Write down your final count in your notes. Here are the angles that I found. There are 18 supplementary angles outlined in pink and 6 complementary angles outlined in yellow. Anyway, back to the angle at the bottom of the door. I need to know how big this angle is here. Start with what you know. These angles are supplementary, so they add up to 180 degrees. Since we know one angle is 75, and they both add up to 180, what's one math strategy we might use to find the missing angle? Take a moment and jot down an idea in your guided notes. There are multiple strategies that would work. The first strategy I'm going to use is addition, because both these angles add up to 180. What plus 75 makes 180? I'm going to do a guess and check with a calculator to figure it out. Let's start with 100. What would 100 plus 75 be? 100 plus 75 equals 175. That's less than 180, so I need to go higher. So how about 105? 105 plus 75 equals... there we go, 180. The unknown angle must be 105 degrees. I also need help with the window. The upper angle is 56 degrees, so what's the lower angle? To start, determine the angle relationship. Are these complementary or supplementary angles? They're complementary because put together, they make a right angle. Right angles are 90 degrees, which means these two angles added together equal 90. Let's find this angle a different way. We know one of the parts and we know the size of the whole angle, so we could use subtraction. What numbers will we subtract to find the missing angle? Pause and take a guess in your guided notes now. The whole is 90, and we need to subtract the part we know, which is 56. 90 minus 56 equals 34. So the lower angle must be 34 degrees. We should always check our work to make sure. Is 56 plus 34 equal to 90? Yes, so the missing angle is 34 degrees. Thanks! Now I know exactly what angles to set my saw to, and what those angles should measure once I screw them in place. Can you help me out with another one? How about this angle? If the lower angle is 41 degrees, how big is the upper angle? Find the missing angle. Feel free to use either method and a calculator to support you. One way you could have found the missing angle is by subtracting the whole minus the part we know. The whole is 90 because these angles are complementary. Now we can subtract the part we know, which is 41, and that equals 49. So the missing upper angle is 49 degrees. You also might have used guess and check to find that 41 plus 49 equals 90. But are those the only ways to solve for this missing angle? Nope, there's another way. We could write an equation that represents this situation, then solve it. Let's break down another example. Take a look at the brace where the treehouse meets the branch. The upper 44-degree angle and lower angle together make up the whole angle, which is 90 degrees because these are complementary angles. So some number plus 44 must equal 90. We know that each angle represents part of the whole angle. So adding together part plus part, we can find the whole. The missing angle, or missing part, is an unknown number here. Didn't we learn that we can represent unknown numbers with variables? What if we replaced the question mark with a variable? This is the perfect situation for writing and solving an equation. Pause the video to solve this equation. Remember that when solving equations, the goal is to isolate the variable. When solving an equation, our goal is to isolate the variable. To do that, we'll use inverse operations, aka opposites. The opposite of plus 44 is minus 44, so we need to subtract 44 from both sides. 44 minus 44 equals 0, so all we have remaining on the left is x. 90 minus 44, though, equals 46, so all we have remaining on the right is 46. Rewriting that last line, we have x equals 46. 44 plus 46 equals 90, so we solved this equation correctly. By setting up an equation using part plus part equals whole and solving it, we can find any missing supplementary or complementary angle. Let's try another example. How about the angle where the roof meets the wall on the left side? The upper angle is our unknown angle, so we can label that x. We know that the lower angle is 92 degrees. Our equation should follow the part plus part equals whole format. Well, our two parts here are 92 and x. What's the whole here? Yep, it's 180 degrees because the angles are supplementary. So our equation is 92 plus x equals 180. Pause the video to try to find the value of x. The opposite of positive 92 is negative 92, so we'll subtract 92. Anything we do on one side of the equal sign, we have to do to the other. It's an equation, and we have to keep things equal, after all. 92 minus 92 is 0, and 180 minus 92 equals 88. So we write our last line with what remains. X equals 88. Meaning the upper angle where the roof meets the wall is 88 degrees. Ooh, wait, let's check our work to make sure we got it right. Does 92 plus 88 equal 180? Yes, it does. It's always a good idea to check your work before moving on. For this last one, we're going to look at the upper right corner of the treehouse. We've got an upper angle that's 39 degrees, and we're trying to figure out the lower angle. Pause the video, set up your equation, then come back here before you solve to see whether you're on the right track. There are actually two ways you can set up this equation. Either way, you should start by writing out part plus part equals whole. Next, rewrite, replacing the words with numbers and a variable. Our parts are 39 and x, and the whole for this problem is 90 because these two angles are complementary. So you can set up your equation as x plus 39 equals 90, or 39 plus x equals 90. Your parts can go in any order. When you're ready, pause and solve your equation.
No matter which equation you had, your first solving step is the same. Subtract 39 from both sides. 39 minus 39 equals 0, and 90 minus 39 is 51. We rewrite our last line, and we're left with x equals 51. Did you remember to check your work? Check by going backward. Does 51 plus 39 equal 90? Yep, so the missing angle is 51 degrees.
Thank you so much for your help getting these angles filled in. This is just what I needed to get started building. While I do that, finish your guided notes, then work on practice levels 1 and 2. Until next time, keep questioning, keep calculating, and remember, part plus part always equals whole. See you next time.
Hey.